Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Gabriel Santos here. And I just finished watching. I don't know if any of you are gamers, but, back in the day, a gaming team called Optic Gaming, they're really big. And there's this one member, Optic Maniac, whose name is Nick. And he has a podcast, and turns out he has a history of being addicted to drugs. And he was explaining his whole experience going through rehab, and it just kind of reminded me of my journey. And what I want to share with you all is, you know, I know many of you are really stuck and like trying to figure out your addiction. And so you're on this channel looking for support. And I want to acknowledge that many of you have made great strides and are making great strides, which I am so proud of. Um, but I also know many of you are like pretty deep in it, right? And what I want to share is that I went through my history of hiring drug counselors, coaches, going to a bunch of personal development seminars, reading books on addiction, reading articles, watching videos on addiction. And my whole point is that, like, uh, dude, I used to be so fucking lost in it. Like, didn't know any answers, didn't know what to do. And if you've been following this channel for a while, like I've shared the story where I dumpster dived for the weed that I threw away that same day, or even just picking it out the trash, or like I'd throw it in the bushes and then I'd go look for it, like, and it's stories like that and experiences like that that really are soul crushing, right? And shameful and embarrassing, and eye opening, right? It's like, wow, really, I got a dumpster dive. And what I want to let you guys know, and this may not resonate with everyone, but um, you know, the reason I was so addicted to weed is because I didn't know how to be. I didn't know how to be with my emotions. I didn't know how to be with myself. I didn't know how to deal with insecurity and anxiety and depression. Um, Long story short, I was very disconnected from myself, and I lived very much in my head, and I was totally um like paranoid, and just had a deep sense of unworthiness and a deep sense of insecurity about myself. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, whether they are addicted or dependent on a substance, right? I think a lot of people can resonate with just underlying feelings of anxiety and insecurity and depression. And it's not like I never wanted to hurt myself or, perform suicide or anything like that. But, you know, I'm I am no different than many people on this earth that are dealing with things on the inside. And so, in addition to, figuring out how do I have control over marijuana use, it was really about, how can I um, uproot some of these emotional issues? How can I create coping skills, and more healthy forms of thinking and existing, really? And so I share all that from the intent of just acknowledging that, like, being a human being can be very challenging. And so it's no wonder that many of us have turned to marijuana at a young age, or even at an older age, still rely on marijuana to kind of make things better, right? Um, and so I think one of the um, painful parts, if you will, of stepping outside of a weed dependent habit is, like, not only are you craving the marijuana, right? But like, we don't know how to deal with ourselves. How do I deal with being stressed? How do I deal with feeling anxious? How do I deal with being unworthy? And not only that, it's like, oh, I didn't even know that unworthiness was what I was feeling. All I felt was this need to like change my emotional state. Um, all of this to say, it took me I had to hire drug counselors. I had to read books. I went through my phases of being completely lost. And so if that's where you're at right now, there's no shame in that. Consider that, you know, it's all just an opportunity to grow. It's all just an opportunity to learn how to be stronger, if you will, or to learn how to let go of needing to be strong, right? One thing I learned on my journey is like, oh, I need to learn how to like let things go and be weak. And I don't mean weak like I'm a weak person, but weak as in like, be just the vulnerability, right? Allowing myself to just acknowledge like, man, I feel down. I feel sad. I feel like I need a break. I feel like I need someone or something to take care of me, right? Like just acknowledging like, fuck, like I'm tired, And so I continue to learn so much about myself, even as my use and my relationship to weed has really changed a lot over time. And it's, what I've discovered is it's not really about weed. It's about further nurturing and nourishing that relationship with myself and what that means to me, which then extends out to, relationships with other people, relationships to a higher power, relationships to life. um, and not to get all, poetic, but that's just what it's turned out to be for me. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. My thoughts and prayers are with you all, no matter how you're doing or where you're at, whether you're crushing it, have moved past this habit and are, creating the life of your dreams, or if you're someone who has been trying to kick this habit for years now and you've been in the same place. My prayers definitely go out to you too. And if you're somewhere in between where, you've definitely made some ground, but you're still trying to turn the corner, um, all of you are my thoughts. I wish all of you well. And as someone who's just a little further down the road than most of you, I can assure you that as long as you keep trying, right? Keep trying. Keep the hope that you're gonna figure this out. You'll get there one day. And I'm not special. I just was determined to figure this out. And even with that determination, I had many moments where I couldn't figure it out, and I would go up, make a move, and then go all the way back down, go all the way back up, all the way back down. I thought I turned the corner, went all the way backwards, So, um, what you're meant to learn right now is meant for you. And when you're ready and when it's time for you to turn that corner, you will. All right. So that's it for today. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Happy Friday. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.